Hello students, today we will do error back propagation algorithm. This algorithm is very important as examination point of view. Now in case of error back propagation, it is basically a multi-layered feed forward network training, which is basically a supervised training using a back propagation algorithm. So multi-layered feed forward network training, it means it is having more than one layer of neurons. So here we are having more than one layer of neurons. We are having two layers of neuron, layer J and layer K. So we are having two layers. One first is the input set, next is the jth layer of neurons, and next is the kth layer of neurons, and we are having the set of output. Now I have told you we are having a supervised systematic method of back propagation. So we are also having some desired values in this. Now, error back propagation is basically divided into two phases: information recall feed forward and error back propagation. In case of information recall feed forward, you have to draw this diagram. I will explain in a very easier way. Now, in this information recall feed forward network, the information is being fed forward and we are having the output according to the information. Now we will provide Z inputs, Z1 to Zi. Here it is written fixed input because we are having the set of augmented inputs. After that we are having J layer of neurons. Starting from the first neuron, we are having the jth neuron, and we are connecting each and every input to the each and every neuron of jth layer, such that we are having the weight vector V associated with the input and the jth layer. After that we have to again draw another layer of neurons. Let it be the kth layer of neurons, starting from the first neuron to kth number of neuron, and the connection in between the two set of neurons are because of the weights. Now there is a weight vector W associated for the connection of two layers of neurons. Now this W would be from W11 to WKJ, because we are having K number of neurons here and J number of neurons here. So the last weight would be equal to WKJ, such that the whole weight vector would be WK cross J. And if we talk about the Vth vector, we are having V J cross I, because we are having J number of neurons and I number of inputs. So in such a way we are having the output O1 to OK. This is all the process I have already explained you in the delta learning rule. It is the same, but in this case we are having multi-layer neuron structure. So we call it a feed forward network for information recall. Now this is again explained briefly in case of this diagram. You can use this diagram for your explanation. This is the diagram of feed forward network. Now what happens here? We are giving the input, that is from Z1 to Zi, and we are evaluating the net value in the neuron, because we are having two sets of neurons, jth layer of neuron and kth layer of neuron. So I have drawn it in two blocks. One is net and another is activation function on net. Now what happens to the Z input? Whenever we give input to the neuron, it is automatically multiplied by the weights. So we are here having the V vector as the weight and Z vector for the input. So V multiplied by Z is our net value, that is net J. So this is the weighted input for the jth layer, that is V cross Z, that is given by net J, where V is a vector of J cross I and Z is a vector of I cross 1. Now next is the output. The output of the jth layer. Now the output of the jth layer, let it be Y1 to yj. We are having number of neurons, that is from 1, 2 to j. What happens here? We will find out the activation function over Vz. Or we can write here activation function on net j is equal to y. It is very important concept that after finding out the net value, what is we are going to do? We are going to apply with the activation function. In delta learning rule, we use continuous activation function. It can be simple or bipolar in nature. Now, activation function over Vz, it can be written like activation function over net j. Now it is equal to what? It is equal to the output of jth layer of neurons, and the output is given by the vector y. I have written here y. Now after that, we are again having the next layer of neurons. The next layer of neurons, we have assumed that it is the kth layer having k number of neurons, such that first thing is we will multiply y with the weights. So here we have taken w as our weight vector. Now w multiplied by y gives the net value of this kth layer. So net of k is equal to w multiplied by y, where w is a weight vector of k cross j. Now after having this, what will be there? Again we will apply an activation function over net k or activation function over wy. It is equal to the output of the kth layer. Now how many outputs are there? There are k number of outputs. So activation function wy is equal to output. Now in this way we can map our output with our input. Now this is known as information recall feed forward process in case of error back propagation. Now in this mapping of z to o is such that o is some non-linear function of z. This O output is some non-linear function of z. We will evaluate which function is this non-linear function. Now here we have at equation 1 we are having O is equal to activation function over wy. Now O is having activation function over wy. Now what is y? Y is again the activation function of Vz. So I have written here activation function of Vz. So we are having O as a nonlinear function w with an activation function of Vz. So we will introduce a function, a nonlinear function which is acted over z as a diagonal function . It is a diagonal function of activation function which acts as a non-linear function over z, and it is basically this equation. Output is equal to this. Now this is all about how we map input to our output. Now what happens to our error? Basically we are having a flow chart of error back propagation which clears all the doubts of error back propagation, and we have to draw this diagram also. This is the flow chart with this explanation. I will explain you this explanation after discussing the flow chart. Now let us first of all discuss the flow chart of error back propagation. This is the flow chart of error back propagation. You have to explain each and every step in error back propagation because this question is of 20 marks approximately. Now, what is there? We will initialize weights W and V. I have explained you what is W and what is V. V is the weight of jth layer and W is the weight of kth layer of neurons. Now this is the beginning of a new training step. Now after that what will be there? We will submit the pattern. Submit the pattern means Z is given at the input side, such that if we are given the Z1, the 1 means we are giving P number of patterns in Z1. Now what we will compute after this? We will compute the net value. We will compute the output of the jth layer of the neurons, the output of the kth layer of neurons. So all the outputs are being computed. So we are having output O as well as output Y. Now after that comes the back propagation algorithm. Now what is back propagation algorithm? It is the process of back propagating the error through the system from output to input layer during the training session. Now how we back propagate the error? We will back propagate the error using the same concept that I have explained you to yesterday, that we are having a cyclic error E, which is equal to E plus half of D minus O square. Here I have written this D minus O square. This 2 bars, it means least square error. So we are considering the concept of least square error in this. Now what type of errors we are going to find out? We are going to find out 2 errors. Error at the output layer of the neurons and error at the hidden layer of the neuron. We are having 2 layers. We are having jth layer and we are having kth layer. Now we are having 2 errors at the kth layer and at the jth layer. Now error at the kth layer will be the output error, that will be delta naught, and in between we are having delta y at the jth layer. So we have to compute 2 errors, delta naught and delta y. Now I have written here, calculate errors delta naught and delta y. Now delta naught will be equal to, it is basically the error function or learning signal, you must say, learning signal R. Now what is the learning signal R? In case of delta learning rule, it is D minus O F dash net. Now D is having a subscript k because we are related to the kth layer of neurons. So dk minus ok f dash net k. Now here I have written 1 upon 2 dk minus ok 1 minus ok square, because f dash net is taken as half of 1 minus ok square. This is the f dash net. Now again we are having, this is the simple R that we are going to use in our single layer delta learning rule. Now the question arises, how we compute this delta y? This I'll explain you with the help of diagram of error back propagation. Here in case of delta y, we are having a delta naught also. How delta naught? Delta naught is the error coming from the output layer. Now when we cross the output layer, it will cross the W vector. So delta naught will be multiplied by W to get on delta y. So delta naught multiplied by W with f dash net of y layer. So f dash net of yth layer. Now W delta naught multiplied by f dash of y. This is what? This is delta y, where f dash y we can write here just like this. We can write here half of 1 minus y square. Now after finding both the deltas or both the errors, we can now adjust the weights. Now weight adjustment formulas are like this: wk plus 1 is always equal to wk plus c into r into x. Now c is eta in this case, that means a constant, learning constant. Delta, now r is what? If we are talking about the output layer, our learning signal is delta naught. So it is written delta naught. And input to the delta naught is, input to the output layer is y. So I have written here y. Similarly, we will adjust the weights of V. Now how weights are adjusted? Vk plus 1, which is equal to Vk plus C into R into X. C is eta, R here is delta Y, and X is the input to this layer. Input to this layer is Z. Now after this, after evaluating the change or the updation of the weights, we will see if there are more patterns in the training set. If yes, then we will start with the beginning. If no, it will check the error. Now this cyclic error is compared with some minimum error, and if it is less than that error, then we will stop our error back propagation. That means our training session has fully completed. Now if this error is greater than that value, then we will deliberately put E as 0 and begin a new training cycle with a new training pattern. Now after that we will repeat the whole process. We will repeat the whole process till we get the minimum error, and then we will, that is our stopping criteria, and we will stop at that point. This is all about the function of error back propagation. Now the main diagram of error back propagation, I will explain that diagram. You have to draw this diagram, and in this diagram the first diagram is already given. It is the shaded portion that I have explained you, that we are having the Z inputs, jth layer, we are having a V into Z, that is a linear block written here. That means we are just multiplying two vectors, and after that a non-linear function will be there. That means we are basically using an activation function on what? On Vz, and we are having the output Y. After again we are having the layer K, linear block Wy, and then we are acting an activation function over the output, that is activation over net K or activation function over Wy, and we are having the output. This is the shaded function. The shaded area is information recall feed forward network. Now the error back propagation. Now what happens here? We are having an output here. We are having an output. We are having a desired signal because it is related to supervised type of learning. Now we are starting our back propagation phase. So D minus O is here. As you have learned in delta learning rule, here we will have F dash net. So F dash net is associated with the kth layer, so it is F dash net K. So D minus O is multiplied by F dash net K, and we are having this delta naught as our learning signal to the W vector. So learning signal which update our W vector would be equal to delta naught, and it is always given by the formula C into R into X. Delta W is always equal to C into R into X. Here C is eta, R is delta naught, X here, X to this kth layer is Y. The input to the kth layer is Y. So here we will write the vector Y. So here delta W is equal to eta delta naught Y transpose. So this is the weight updation formula of W layer. Next we will have to derive for delta Y. Now what happens? This delta naught will come across this W vector towards jth layer. Whenever we have to transfer something from the output to the input side, if there is some linear block, we have to multiply that linear block. So this W will come here. Delta naught multiplied by this W, we will have Wj delta naught. Now this is the learning signal here. Now this learning signal is multiplied by the F dash of this signal. This is F dash of net J. Now F dash of net J, or you can say F dash of Y. It is the same. So F dash of net J, Wj, is basically the delta Y. This is how we derive the learning signal of the first layer if we have the another layer of neuron. It is delta Y which is equal to W multiplied by del naught multiplied by F dash of net J or F dash of Y. Now with the help of this R signal, eta signal and X signal which is designated here Z, so we will update our delta V or update our V vector by delta V which is equal to eta del Y of Z. Now this is how we evaluate error back propagation in detail. Now you are now in a position to write all these derivations by your own with the help of the diagrams shown there and with the help of the flow chart. Okay.